What's going on, everybody? Crazy Dog back for another video. And this will be my Browns 53-man roster review. And let's see how good this roster is. Not going to waste any time, so let's get to it. We are going to start on the offensive side of the ball with the quarterbacks. And, of course, the Browns are keeping three of them. Of course, we got DeShone Kizer, who really impressed a lot of people, including me, during preseason. I mean, the dude looked better than the other quarterbacks, that's for sure. Then you got the human statue, Cody Kessler. And then you got Kevin Hogan, who, again, looked very, very good. Better than Kessler and Osweiler, that's for sure. Honestly, Kizer and Hogan look like the two best quarterbacks on this team. And then running backs, we are keeping three of those as well. We got, of course, the Crow, Isaiah Crowell, who's looking for that big contract after this year. Duke Johnson, who we could see at receiver sometimes. And then we got Matthew Days, who has a humongous chip on his shoulder after being the very last running back drafted and the second to last player drafted in this past year's draft. Now, the only player that was drafted after Days was Mr. Irrelevant, Chad Kelly, who went to the Broncos. Fullback, yes, we are going to be using a fullback this year. That's what Hugh does. Our fullback will be Danny Vitale. And then wide receivers. We are keeping five receivers for now. We got Kenny Britt, Corey Coleman, Sammy Coates, who we acquired in a trade today from the Steelers, Ricardo Lewis, and then Rashard Higgins, who, to my surprise, actually made the team after not really doing too much in the preseason. I expected Jordan Leslie or Ronell Hall to make the team, but Rashard Higgins all of a sudden just pops up on the roster. It's like, okay, did they just ignore the fact that Leslie and Hall straight up outplayed and outperformed Higgins? Or is it just the fact that Higgins was actually drafted by these guys in the front office and the coaching staff, and they don't want to get rid of their guys? Of course, they did cut Jordan Payton, although I expect Payton to be on the practice squad. Yeah. They love their guys that they drafted. That's for sure. Now, tight ends, we are keeping three of those. Randall Telfair, who's a very good run-blocking tight end, and then Seth DeValve and David Njoku, whose specialty is to catch the ball. I'm really excited to see Chief David Njoku out there on the field catching touchdowns and doing that Chief spike. Yeah, it's going to be fun. That's his touchdown celebration, in case you didn't know. Now, offensive linemen, we are keeping 10 of those. Of course, we got the starting five: Thomas, Bitonio, Treader, Zeitler, and Coleman. Rod Johnson, who is actually hurt. I heard he could possibly miss a majority, if not all, the season this year, so he's probably going to the IR. Then we got Marcus Martin, Spencer Drango, Austin Ryder, and Zach Sterup. Now, another head-scratcher happened here as the Browns cut John Greco. So, yeah, I love John Greco. He was versatile. He was reliable. You plug him in anywhere on the O-line, and he'll do his thing. Well, I don't think we're going to pick him up, so it looks like we'll have to rely on someone else to be that guy. But we'll see what happens. Now, switching over to the defense, starting with the defensive line. We are carrying 10 defensive linemen this year. Of course, you got the starting four: Myles Garrett, Danny Shelton, Trevon Coley, and Emmanuel Ogbah. Coley came out of absolutely nowhere in the preseason and training camp. It's really surprised me. I mean, he's even been so impressive, they got rid of Desmond Bryant. Yeah, I was expecting Bryant to start, but Coley came out of nowhere, looked really good, impressed me, impressed the coaches, and that made them get rid of Bryant, because why the heck not? Then other than the starting four, you got Caleb Brantley, who only played in one game, but he looked good doing it. Then you got Tyrone Holmes, Jamie Meter, Carl Nassib, Larry Ogunjobi, who's had a really impressive preseason, and Nate Orchard, who is trying to make the squad after missing pretty much the entire year last year due to surgery. Linebackers, we are carrying 5. Jamie Collins, of course. Christian Kirksey, duh. Joe Schobert, who will be replacing Tank Carter, and Joe Schobert really looked good in the preseason. Dominic Alexander and James Burgess. Then in the defensive secondary, we are carrying 10. 5 corners and 5 safeties. Of course, we got the starting corners. We got Taylor, Breon Body Calhoun, and Jason McCourty. And then we got Burley and Darius Hillary. I honestly think Darius Hillary will be cut to make room for a waiver claim, as will a lot of these guys. You know, guys like James Burgess could be cut. Jamie Meter, as much as I hate saying that, he could be cut. You know, a lot of these guys could be cut to make room for the waiver claims, but it depends on how many guys we claim. Then you're looking at the safeties. We got Jabril Peppers, who has really burst onto the scene. Derek Kindred, who's looked really good. Ibrahim Campbell, who sadly has been hurt. I think he had a concussion week 1 of the preseason. Haven't really seen much of him since. Then you have Calvin Pryor, and then Kai Nakua, who is actually the lone representative of the Browns 2017 undrafted free agent class. So that's pretty impressive that he's the only undrafted free agent on this team from this past year's class. So moving on to the special teams. Zane Gonzalez won the kicker job over Cody Parkey. Of course, punter will be Britton Colquitt. Long snapper will be Charlie Hewlett. And returner will most likely be Jabril Peppers. So that's the 53-man roster. I like it. Of course, it is subject to change when the Browns make their waiver claims public. And then they, of course, announce that the practice squad, I will do a video talking about both. So that's going to do it for this video. Hope you guys liked it. I like making these videos, you know, informing the people about what the Browns do, you know, because I know there are a lot of, you know, fans that don't really watch the Browns. You know, maybe they live in California and they want to know what the heck the Browns are doing. So, you know, I got to inform the people, you know. So, yeah, that's going to do it for this video. Hope you guys liked it. I'm Crazy Dog 99. Go Browns. Can't wait for Sunday. Beat Pittsburgh. Screw Pittsburgh. Screw all you Yinzers, too. I hate y'all. I'm out.